know where you're from, but where I'm from is cold right now. There's nothing better than a nice potato casserole to warm that palate up. Today I'm cooking with Tammy. I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, get this, smothered chicken bacon ranch potato casserole. Yes, try to say that 3 times back to back. I dare you. With that being said, my loves, we went ahead, we pre-boiled the potatoes because, you know, we like to move fast around here. We have our potatoes that we've boiled for about, I want to say between 15 to 20 minutes until they were fork tender. You could rock out with russet or yellow potatoes for this recipe. With that being said, potatoes are still nice and hot. I'm going to add some butter. All right, get that butter in there. Any ingredient that I'm adding that you may not be too keen about, you could always leave it out. Let's add some salt and ground black pepper because we are making loaded mashed potatoes. All right, and we want tons of flavor. Let's add some garlic powder. We're gonna add some sour cream. Can't have loaded mashed potatoes without the sour cream. And believe it or not, let's add some powdered ranch. Let's add some of our heavy cream as well. If you want to add, let's say maybe half and half, you definitely can. I'm not going to add too much liquid because I want to see the consistency that we're working with first and foremost. We could always go back and add more milk if necessary. In the meanwhile, we're just going to break the potatoes down, mash it on up until we get a nice creamy consistency. Give the potatoes a quick taste, see if you need to add more seasonings. If not, then of course, give it a final mix. Make sure everything's perfectly mashed. Let's add some bacon. Can't have loaded potatoes without the bacon. I know you know better than that. We're gonna mix it on in. And once we're finished, we're gonna put our potatoes to the side. And in the meanwhile, we are gonna get cracking on working on our chicken. We're gonna be using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We're using dark meat for this recipe. However, I don't want you to be deterred if you don't have, like, let's say, chicken thighs on hand. You could definitely rock out with chicken breast, any chicken that you have in the refrigerator. Just get it out of the refrigerator and use it. There's still a lot of fatty pieces on the chicken. So we're gonna go ahead and just trim it up just a bit. Get it looking nice and lean, if I must say so. All right, and once that is out of here, we're gonna cube our chicken thighs into cube-sized pieces. We're gonna start off with adding a small drizzle of oil simply because we want the seasoning to soak on into the chicken. Let's get in there with some salt and ground black pepper. How do I know how much seasoning to add to whatever it is that I'm seasoning up? Just look at what I'm doing. All right, just make sure you have an even amount onto the protein. That's it. Let's add some garlic powder. Now, if you're rocking out with a lot of salted ingredients, you want to scale back as much as possible. But if you're using ingredients like garlic powder, onion powder, that sort of stuff, it's not going to hurt if you add a little extra. Onion powder. We're going to add some smoked paprika. The smoked paprika obviously is going to give it that nice smoky element of flavor, not to mention it's going to give it a beautiful color. To amp up the flavors even more, let's add some of my all-purpose chicken seasoning, of course, by Cooking with Tammy. Going to add a good amount, low sodium, so why not? And we're going to combine all of the seasoning onto the chicken. All right, we're not going to over season, but we want to make sure we do have enough seasoning on the chicken. While the pan is heating up, I got a surprise for you guys. You know how we always use our Cooking with Tammy all-purpose chicken seasoning and you guys love it. This has to be the #1 top seller. Now here's the thing, I sell a ton of seasonings a day, but when it comes to this chicken, boy, this all-purpose chicken, woo, it sells. So you know what? I figured since you guys love the all-purpose chicken seasoning, why not get the spicy version? You guys are getting the first sneak peek of your girls Cooking with Tammy all-purpose spicy chicken seasoning. Now, I know the first question is going to be, is it spicy? What is it named? Spicy. It's named spicy, so yes, it's going to be spicy. But is it going to send you, like, literally, are you going to need a fire extinguisher to put the fire out? No. Unless you have really, really sensitive taste buds, then you know what I mean. But yes, it's a good spice. It's not ridiculous. And I gotta be honest, It's gonna bring out all of the element of flavor that you guys been looking for. If you're looking for some heat in your life, there you go, baby, right here. But nevertheless, let's get to cooking. Pan is hot. So with that being said, we're gonna add some bacon grease. Yeah, because we went ahead and made some bacon, you know what I mean? And meanwhile, we're gonna cook our chicken. I wanna say maybe about 2 to 3 minutes on each side until the chicken is cooked all the way through. We're gonna add a little bit of our spicy all-purpose chicken seasoning. Get a spicy element of flavor going. We're gonna allow the chicken to cook for about another minute. And just in case you're wondering, because I always get that question, Tammy, are you cooking on high heat, medium heat, so on and so forth? I'm cooking on medium, low heat, to be honest. Because we're pretty much browning and, you know, if you will, sauteing the chicken. We're not really searing it. We're gonna go ahead and remove the chicken from the pan. We don't want to overcook the chicken too much, simply because we're gonna be placing this chicken into the oven as well. And we don't want our chicken to go dry. So once it's cooked, that's it. Pan with the bacon grease and all of the beautiful flavors that's locked into the bottom of this pan. Here's what we are gonna do. All right, let's put this to the side first. We're gonna add some onions. However, if you don't wanna add onions, you don't have to. Once the onions start to release their juices, it's gonna help with the deglazing process as well. Now here's the thing. I could rock out with using mushrooms to this recipe, but I know a lot of you guys don't like mushrooms, okay? So I was like, all right, we're not gonna add the mushrooms today, but I just wanna let you know, if you wanna add mushrooms, feel free to add the mushrooms as well. The mushrooms are gonna be, ooh, they're gonna taste so good when included with this recipe. All right, let's add our butter. Get this butter nice and melted. All right, this is good so far. We're cooking our onions until they become translucent and slightly tender. All right, once we are finished, we are gonna add some flour. This is all-purpose flour, okay? Not that self-rising stuff. Let's mix it on up really, really good. We're gonna cook the flour for about a minute, simply because we don't want our sauce or gravy to have a flour taste. All right, let's add some chicken broth. If you don't have chicken broth, grab some chicken bouillon powder. Not too much, and you're gonna add some water to it. Chicken bouillon has a lot of sodium, so I add majority water with a small pinch of bouillon. As you can see, it's taking no time whatsoever to thicken up. And this is what we need, my love. Bubble action. Let's turn it down just a bit, and in the meanwhile, this taste is tripping. Oh yes, oh yes. Slight hit of heat because we didn't add a lot, but the flavors are definitely complementary. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add our chicken back to the pan with all of its juices as well. Check out all of that beautiful flavor. Woo! All right, let's combine the chicken with the gravy. Tammy, can I eat this over rice? You know it. Can I eat this over mashed potatoes? Yes, you can. But today we're doing a smothered bacon ranch chicken potato casserole. Okay, so hold your horses. All right, boom, that's perfect. If this is not comfort food, I don't know what is. All right, I'm gonna allow it to simmer for maybe about 1 minute, and then we're gonna turn the stovetop off. To our casserole dish, we're gonna go ahead and add some non-stick cooking spray. However, if you have some butter or maybe some oil, just make sure you grease the casserole dish so therefore your food doesn't stick to the bottom of the dish. We're gonna get our potatoes and we're gonna start to add it to our casserole dish just like that. The size of casserole dish is going to be listed above, not above, but below. Spread it on out. Remember, we added our bacon to the potatoes earlier. Not to mention we used our ranch seasoning as well, along with the garlic powder and everything. So these potatoes are going to be so tasty, even on its own, to be honest. All right, now that that's smoothed out perfectly, let's get in there and add some of our beautifully cooked smothered chicken. Along with the gravy and everything else. I'm gonna spread it out as well. Get the last couple pieces of chicken. Oh, this is so many things I can say right now. This right here, man, listen. We have a blend of cheese, all right? We have two cheeses that we're going to be using. We have mozzarella, and we also have cheddar cheese. We're going to add it to the top. Are you team mozzarella or cheddar? Or better yet, something else like Colby, Mexican blend. All right, that's more than enough cheese. I'm gonna go ahead and spread it onto the top of the chicken without having to add any additional cheese. If you want to add a lot of cheese, you can. I mean, after all, you know what I mean? Let's go with our bacon bits. Chunky bite-sized pieces of bacon. Oh man, this is gonna be awesome. At this point in time, if you want to garnish with chives, you can. If you want to use green onions, you can use that as well. After all, it is loaded potatoes, loaded mashed potatoes. So why not, right? And let's add some of our parsley as well. This is going to go into our preheated 375-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes until the cheese is perfectly melted. Casserole is nice and bubbly, of course, and yes, uncovered. We're not covering it down today at all whatsoever. This is after about 30-35 minutes in the oven, uncovered. Check it on out. We have a bubble action going on. This is amazing. The cheese is perfectly melted. It has that little crust as well, not to mention our bacon. We'll talk about the bacon in a second, but what we're going to do for now is we're going to allow it to set for, I want to say, about 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. It's not a rush. I know it looks good, but you want it to set perfectly. If you want to add sour cream to this casserole, you definitely can. If you want to add some ranch on top, you can as well. Totally up to you. Chunky bits of chicken. We have the melted cheese. Woo, this is good. Mashed potatoes. Mmm. Mmm. Just you notice I can't stop eating, right? This has to be the best casserole thus far. This casserole, if you think the other casseroles are delicious, I mean, they're super delicious too. This one right here, wow. When I tell you this thing is delicious. Smothered chicken, loaded bacon, potato, ranch casserole. Wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely give this recipe a try. It's going to be so worth it, not to mention, if you only have about, what, 3-4 pieces of chicken thighs in the refrigerator and a couple potatoes and half of a pack of bacon, you have a full meal to feed about 6, maybe 6 to 8 people. Definitely, because this is one of those meals that you could just stretch it out by adding different things and compiling it, putting it all together into something absolutely delicious. As always, I'm your girl, Cooking with Tammy. When it comes down to those seasonings, cookingwithtammy.shop. Grab up your seasonings. Be first in line to get your CWT all-purpose chicken seasoning spicy version. It's going to be so worth it. That much I can guarantee. And as always, I will definitely catch you guys in another video. Here's the recipe for today's smothered chicken bacon ranch loaded mashed potato casserole.